Yes, I always have, like, people call them the yes men people. Why wouldn't you want to have your best mates there? Why wouldn't you want to have your mom and dad?
How are you doing? Obviously, training in strongman again, which is exciting to see.
Yeah, I am feeling good. Training has been going very well. My pack has been feeling very well. I'd be lying if I said, though, I haven't had some setbacks. There have been some setbacks, but nothing to complain about. You know, we all have some setbacks. We all have some things that hit us in life, or a mental thing, physical thing. We all have something, you know. So I've been dealing with some stuff, but overall, training is going well, and I can't complain. I'm happy.
Well, you yourself and Kelsey are very open about kind of what goes on, and obviously setbacks are never easy to deal with. And I know everyone wishes you both well, but just speaking to you off camera earlier, you said you guys are much better now. You're very lucky that you've got a good family around you and a good unit. So yeah, that's always good. I was genuinely worried because obviously terrible thing to happen, and how people react in that situation is different. I wasn't sure you were going to keep kind of going for the strongman, but I'm glad that you are, because you are. We're friends, but you're one of the best strongmen to ever do this. So
I appreciate that.
You kind of stopped at a time where you could have gone on to maybe be one of the greats, and you decided to focus on other things. And I think a lot of people are, especially genuine strongman fans, are excited to see you back. Are you excited to be competing against what's kind of like a new crop of athletes now? Because there's going to be some guys that were either just starting to get into the sport or guys that are completely new for you to compete with.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of new faces, and one in particular that is doing very, very well. You might know that man, Mitz Hooper.
Yeah,
it's funny. Like, people say that Hafthor is so gifted, this and that. Bro, Mitz Hooper's gifted. Who comes in and just starts dominating?
Yeah,
like that.
He is a freak.
You have to realize my first Arnold Strongman Classic show, pro show, I placed that last.
I remember. That was one of the few shows that I beat you in. I
sometimes forgot that I had to work my way up. Yes, I started placing my first World Series man. I placed sixth, and then I was just always at the podium.
Yeah.
But other than that, not bad. But if you look at Mitz Hooper, how he's performing, whoa.
Yeah.
What a career he's had already in such a short period of time. He's a gifted athlete.
He very much is gifted, as are you and a number of the athletes that you'll be competing against. I mean, someone that's probably changed a lot since the last time you competed with him is Tom Stoltman.
Yeah, that's true.
Tom now he's a fantastic athlete.
Tom is doing great. We have some old good faces as well. Martin Lesis, Matusz Kilkowski. We have Evan the T-Rex there. There's so many other strong athletes. So it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be difficult for people like yourself, because I know you always do these predictions.
Predictions are going to be ridiculously hard this time.
I think so, because there are so many people that could potentially place, in my mind, top three.
Okay, well, while you're talking about that, let's talk about who you think could be top three, because I think even top three is hard in this one.
Yeah, I do as well. But I think experience plays a big part here as well as obviously strength. But first, if everybody is healthy and everybody comes in a good shape, in no particular order, I think myself, Mitz Hooper, and Martin Lesis. Yeah. If you're all healthy, everybody's healthy, I think that's going to be top three. But then again, it's going to be very close, like fourth and fifth and sixth. I think it's going to be closer than ever before.
I think one mistake could cost people.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Kiliashkovsky is an incredible athlete. The deadlift in there, that can cause him problems.
Yeah. Matis Kulkowski is another one that could easily be at the podium. But then again, his deadlift has been his weakness throughout his whole career. If he improves a lot in that, then who knows? He could win.
Yeah.
He could win the whole thing if he could just pull 440, 450.
Do you think he can do that?
He's been competing for now what, almost 10 years. I don't know. He's had some surgeries, had some injuries. I hope for him he could, but
Yeah.
I would love for anyone to do well and anyone to improve, but it doesn't look the best because it's been stuck at the same level. I feel like in the deadlift for so long, it would be difficult for him to improve now all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's hard to make that progress when you've been training for such a long time. It's not like a new guy coming into the sport and having that potential to improve in a certain area a huge amount. But I know how much respect you have for all these. But I'm guessing as an athlete, you don't worry too much about the other guys. You're focused on you.
I'm just focused on myself. I'm going to do my best. And at the end of the day, I'll know I'll be happy. It's going to be my first show coming back. I know I'm strong. I know I'm getting strong fast. I know the muscle memory is kicking in fast, but I'm trying to be smart as well with my weight selections, with my with everything. I know I'll perform well. I'll know I'll come in a good shape, and is that going to be enough to, win, place second, third, fourth, fifth? I don't really care because at the end of the game, at the end of the day, I don't need to prove anything. I'm just there to have fun, and I'm happy to be back. But at the same time, I'm very competitive, as most people probably know, and I'm always going to each show with the goal to win. But I also want to be smart with this show, since it's my first show.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. But we all have that competitive side, don't we? We're like, I'm going to be smart, but when it comes to comp day, you're going to want to win, and you're going to want to win.
Yeah, I'll push 100% in all events. That's just in my nature. And if that's going to be enough, that's going to be enough. If not, then I'll just go back home and I'll work on my weaknesses.
So you kind of focused on doing strongman properly now, not just this one. I know you've said you're going to do this. You're going to do the Arnold UK 2 weeks after, and then the Rogue Invitational. Is that as far as you've thought, or you just want to focus on enjoying your strongman and see what you can do for a few years?
I haven't really thought that long ahead. I want to obviously compete this year, and then just see how my body feels, see how my just take it a year at a time.
Yeah.
If my body feels good and I want to keep going, I'll keep going. If not, if my body doesn't feel good, it's funny. I am, what am I, 35 right now? It's funny that as the older you get, you stop thinking about your age. You just it's just a number, you kind of forget your age at some point, I'm 35 years old, and I can feel a huge difference now in my 30s, mid-30s, compared to in my 20s. My body has changed in many different ways, but I also have a lot more knowledge when it comes to training, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to a lot of things. So is that valued more than being young and being able to recover super fast? I don't know. I remember back in my 20s, I could just train like a machine, and I got sore, but I just kept pushing and I kept getting better, and I never got injured.
Those were the days, weren't they?
It was nice. I can't complain.
I miss those days.
It was nice. But now I got to be smarter with my weight selections. I got to be smarter with a lot of things, because I feel like my body is different for sure.
So that's a good question for me to ask, really. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested. How do you structure your training right now? Because you say you've got to be smart with your weight selection. So do you kind of just have a periodization of just kind of getting heavier, or do you kind of go up and down in terms of weights, having heavier sessions, lighter sessions, technical work? How do you structure it?
So I'm a big believer in listening to your body. I train currently 4 times a week, but if I need to have additional rest day, I'll allow my body to do that. Back in the day, I wouldn't need a rest day. I wanted to train more than less. Like I was that type of athlete that I just wanted to be in the gym. I wanted to train all the time. But now I gotta like listen to my body, take a step back if I feel like I need to, which has happened in this prep for sure. And obviously just like communicate very well with my coach, Sebastian Orup, who's a brilliant man, great man that we discuss things together very well. I send him my lifts and I'll tell him how I feel and we'll plan accordingly.
Cool. Yeah, no, I've been following your training, and I think most people will be amazed at how quickly you get strong.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, as well as just like muscle memory and also knowledge. Like I've been doing this for so long now, and I know how to get strong. I know how to fuel my body. I know how to recover. I know how to train. So when it comes to getting strong, like I'm good at that. I'm very good at that.
Oh, you definitely are. I saw a post by Stan Efferdin, who does the nutrition for you.
Yep. I work with him. Yep.
Yeah, the kind of amount of weight you've put on in quite a short period of time, but looking healthy with it. And is it good to work with him?
I love it. He's a genius when it comes to nutrition and just overall health, in my opinion. When you want to be an extreme athlete but still try your best to be healthy, obviously this isn't a healthy thing to be this weight and push yourself at that level. But when you want to try to keep your blood pressure good, you want to try to keep everything looking properly while pushing your body to the boundaries, he's the best in my opinion. I love the vertical diet, and you also just like feel better. You feel better. You digest food better, and I love working with him. The 10 minutes walks do wonders. He's a good guy to work with as well.
So, what's your body weight currently?
I'm like 186 and climbing.
You say climbing. Have you got a target weight to come in at?
I don't have a target weight to come at, but I know, like for me, weight moves weight, and my biggest weakness right now is probably pressing, because I had that pec injury, so I'm a little bit behind in my pressing power. Probably deadlift is looking very smooth and everything else, but I know for a fact that if I put on some extra body weight, I'll be able to get stronger faster, which I might have to do. I might just have to eat slightly more calories and get stronger faster. That has always worked well for me. And somehow I can get away with being big, but still being able to move, recover, and lift those heavy weights.
I think a lot of people make the mistakes. I think a lot of people make the mistake of looking at someone like yourself saying, "Oh, Thor's 185 kilos, so I need to be 185 kilos." You're 6'9", 6'8". You're a very tall man, so you can carry that weight well. If you're 6 foot and you try and get to that size, it's probably not going to be the best kind of performance all round in terms of strongman, particularly.
It could have negative impacts on other things, but for me, for the most part, maybe my grip. Maybe if I get too heavy, too bloated, it could have a negative impact on my grip. But so far, I'm training my grip twice a week now. I'm very happy with my grip strength currently. I just ran with a 380 kilo frame, 15 meters, 2 sets. Looked promising, looked good. So grip wasn't an issue. So yeah, so I'm feeling very I feel good regarding my grip currently, even though I'm gaining weight. That's good.
Excellent. I mean, looking at the events for the Arnolds, they are pretty good events for you. You should, I guess you're happy with them.
Yeah, I mean, the elephant bar deadlift has always been a good event for me. I mean, deadlift in general, at least the last, let's say 5 years of my career, deadlift became really my strength. Then we have axle as well. That's probably throughout the whole competition, like my biggest weakness currently is like a pressing event.
180 or 182.5 kilos for reps.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was around 400 pounds. Yep. So that, I'll definitely do, like, I'll be happy with few reps if I'll be able to make few reps. We'll see. I'll obviously do my best, but like I said, the axle is definitely my biggest. Well, pressing in general, because my pec tear is slightly behind in my opinion. We have 2 grip events, which is unusual at a strongman show with only 5 events. I've never seen that before.
No.
We have the Dinny Stones for distance. This is going to be an interesting event. Never seen that in a strongman show before. And then we have obviously the frame, which obviously you have to be very strong to be able to pick that up, but the grip is the main thing as well. So it's like 2 grip events. And then we have the stone event, the trial by stone event, where we have to load 1 stone to a platform, press 1 stone overhead, and then we have the tombstone that we have to shoulder as many repetitions as possible. That event should be a good event for me as well.
That's going to be an interesting one to watch, I think, especially with the 3 different elements to it, and then that last heavy stone to shoulder at the end.
It's a brutal event because it's the last event, and the tombstone itself is a hard thing to do, especially as the 5th event. The tombstone is an awkward stone that's difficult to lap. Just to lap. I think that's the most challenging thing, at least when I tried, was to lap the stone. It's awkward, it's difficult to balance. And I remember it specifically in my mind, in my vivid memory, when I was doing it, my forearms were on fire. So it's also a grip event because you have to squeeze that stone super hard. And you don't have the right positioning, it's going to want to flip forward or backwards.
Sure.
And you can get easily super annoyed very fast when it's not going your way, and then things can go south, obviously, very fast.
Do you think having some experience on that will be useful for athletes that have touched it before?
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge to have.
So the events look good for you. Obviously, I know we've got the Arnold UK a couple of weeks after as well. You looking forward to that show?
Yeah.
Is your focus on the Arnolds and you'll just kind of enjoy that show, or are you kind of training
completely focusing on Arnold's, even though well, they have 2 pressing events at the UK show, so that's not really great for me, but they also have deadlift and weight over bar, so 2 really good events where I could possibly get 10 points. So yeah, I don't know which competition is better, because I have really good events I have good events at both shows, but I can definitely see myself getting 2 10 points easily because I'm just naturally so good at throwing stuff. I should catch 10 points at weight over bar. I don't know why I'm so good at it. I'm just naturally gifted with throwing things in the air.
It's an advantage to have. Just being,
it's nice when you can just show up and get 10 points, right?
I remember coming to train with you, and as strongmen, we can always improve on things and get better. But there's certain people that are just naturally very, very good at certain events. You kind of look at Terry Hollins at pulling a truck, Mitch Hooper on a yoke. He's just kind of lightning. And I remember training with you, watching you do a drag. You're just dragging weights. Like it wouldn't have mattered if I trained to drag every day for a year. I still wouldn't beat you, and you could just do it without training it. And it's the same for throwing with you. Certain athletes are just naturally talented. Mark Felix with his grip. There's certain athletes that just have these special abilities, and it's good to watch, not so good to compete against. So talking about the deadlift, the elephant bar, you are the current world record holder in that. Do you think any of these guys can beat you? And do you think you're going to have to go to record levels? Do you want to go to record levels, or will it be very much your focus is just to win the event at the competition?
I think for this competition, especially since my first competition coming back, the main focus is just to win that event. It's going to be very good for me to be able to push the guys, get 10 points, start the day well, and being able to go last in the next event. I think that's going to be a huge win for me to start the competition well, get 10 points, and then being able to go last in the next event, which I truly believe I can. I am a good deadlifter. Deadlifting has been going very well for me. I think I pulled like 420, 10 weeks out, and I think 440, 450 is going to be enough to win the deadlift unless someone comes in and improves hugely, because I believe last year they allowed briefs and Bobby won it with 445.
Yeah,
maybe.
no one went over 1,000 last year.
We're allowed to use briefs. This year is just raw again.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Obviously the guys are constantly improving. I know that Mitch Hooper is constantly improving. Who do you think could possibly win?
I know just from training, Mitch and Bobby will be looking at 1,000 pounds, around that kind of area. Their goal, as should be, is to do better than they did last year. It's and when I'm coaching people, that's our focus is to improve. You can't control what other people do, but this type of deadlift you can be smart because you can be selective with the weights. And I think sometimes, last year we saw Pavlo Nekonechny probably open a little bit too heavy based on how he was feeling in his warm-ups. And sometimes you just have to be able to make that adjustment. You don't know how prep's going to go, how you feel on the day.
Yeah.
We can all talk about numbers and then it can be completely different on the day. But if everything goes well, I think Mitch and Bobby are both capable of around 1,000 pounds. I know you're capable of going over 1,000 pounds. It's a shame that Trey Mitchell won't be competing because I think he would have pulled a big number. I don't see that many huge deadlifters right now in this competition.
T-Rex, how is he?
Who, sorry?
T-Rex, how is he? He's a good puller? Or?
He's very, very explosive off the floor. And I've seen him do some great deadlifts, especially for reps. He's got extreme power, but I think with that bar, that lockout strength is a bit more important. Yeah. And maybe not having a suit might kind of hinder him a little bit. But he's extremely powerful. I'm looking forward to seeing him on the frame. I think he'll be good on that.
Nice. And obviously Martin Lissis as well. I think if he is healthy, I think he can deadlift.
His training 4,000 to go pretty well as well. So Tom Stoltman as well. Tom's deadlift can be very, very good.
Exactly, Tom.
I think my hope is that you all turn up in shape. That's kind of what I want to see. Everyone fit and healthy. I mean, Novikov's competing, and we haven't even spoken about him. He didn't have a great end to last year, but when he's in shape, he's a great athlete. There's a lot of new guys for you to compete against, and I'm sure it must be exciting.
It is, absolutely. I'm super excited to compete against everyone and just be back. It's, as you told before, like I left the sport at the peak when I was the best, and it's going to be nice to come. Like, I don't know, I just love the sport. I just love competing. I love being around the guys, and this was my life for 10 years straight plus. Then I stopped, and I definitely missed it. And I'm just very excited to be back in the lifestyle, back training, back eating. It's funny to say that I'm enjoying eating the food, but I just love the lifestyle. I love being strong. I love being big, and I I mean, at the time when I was big, when I was like 200 plus, there were times when I was like, I wish it was lighter. But now, today, I'm very excited to get big again and just get strong again.
You seem like you're enjoying it.
I am enjoying it. I'm very happy. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying training as well. Like, I'm obviously very gifted where I have my own gym. I have, good things set up for myself to be as good as possible. I have everything I need here in Iceland. So it's like difficult for me to travel and train with other athletes because I find it difficult to go here from this place because I have everything here. I have everything I need to become the best right here. So I don't want to travel. I just want to stay in Iceland, train here, eat my diet. I have my kitchen here. I have my bed here. I have this watch that I'm using. My wife gave me this watch this Christmas. And I'm tracking my sleep. Sleep. And last night, like it gives you like a score, like from 0 to 100. And guess my score? It was 99 or 100.
Wow.
Yes, my sleep is even.
Your sleep is good. How long do you sleep for? Just out of interest.
I sleep usually 8+ hours, sometimes 9, sometimes 7.5, but I always get 7+, always 7+. For the most part, I never really go less than that, usually around 8-9 hours.
Seems like prep is going really well. I guess at the moment you're not doing too much else. You're just focused on these competitions, or
I'm not traveling at all. I'm just staying home, focused on training, eating, recovery, and I need that because there's some strong guys competing, and I gotta. But that's the thing, If I come back and if I allow Mitch Hooper to destroy me in all those shows this year, then people always talk about that Mitch Hooper won Thor. I gotta come back. I gotta at least give it my best.
Yeah.
Give it my best and try at least. I want to try at least to beat the guy,
Yeah. I think it's going to be great. I think it's good for him. I think it's good for you. I think it's good for the other guys. It's good for the fans. It just makes Strongman exciting. And, I'd love to see you competing more. I know kind of there's reasons you maybe won't do some other comps and stuff, but I think, just the fact that you're back in Strongman, the fact that you're training, I know the athletes. I spoke to Mitch last week, and he's excited to compete against you because why wouldn't he be? You've done amazing, and he wants to go down as one of the best strongmen. So when you got to compete against Brian Shaw, against Adrinas Aviscus, against these legends that were incredible, and when you beat them for the first time, it's an amazing feeling. And you had some great back and forths with both of those guys. So
yeah, I was at the time when Adrinas Aviscus and Brian Shaw were at their peak.
Yeah,
and I was placing for a long time when they were at their peak. I was like second, third, like second, third. Like they were going to thirds, and I was like,
often you'd beat one of them, and the other one would end up beating you.
Yeah, and I would lose with 1 point, half a point, this and that. It was always something. It was really annoying at times, but it's just life, I guess. You lose, but you also win some, so that's good. But hey, let me ask you this though, because I'm really, really curious. So Mitch Hooper is fighting.
He's fighting.
He's fighting.
If it happens.
If it happens, I thought it was confirmed.
Well.
Is it not confirmed?
He's got to get paid first. That's
true.
That's the goal. He's very much focused on the Arnold and World's Strongest Man. They're his two big goals this year. He wants to peak for the Arnolds and peak for World's Strongest Man. He's doing other competitions. You've seen what he's like on social media. He's a busy man.
Seems like he's training very well. Seems like he's just focused on training. But
his training's going very well.
I really hope that I obviously want the best for him. If he gets big money for the thing, do it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I want to compete against him at his best.
I can promise you and anyone watching that Mitch is taking the Arnold's and World's Strongest Man extremely seriously. And, if the fight happens and he gets an opportunity to make some money, he's happy with that. But his focus is to repeat on winning Arnold's and World's Strongest Man. and he's training hard. So there'll be no excuses from myself or from Mitch. And just as a fan, I'm excited to see you, Kilishkovsky, Martins Lissis, Mitch Hooper, Tom Stoltman, Evan Singleton, all like the best guys right now. Bobby Thompson, Novikov. It's just an amazing lineup of athletes.
A hell of a lineup, huh?
I'm excited to watch it. Have you got any other goals? Like, I know you're going to do the Arnolds, you're going to do UK Arnolds and Rogue. What about a deadlift world record? Can we tempt you to do something like that at some point?
Well, not this year. That's for sure. But since deadlifting is going so well for me and coming so natural to me, I thought, and I posted online the other day. I asked the people if I should just go for it myself, since no one else is bringing it. And obviously the fans, they want me to see go at it again, especially since the condition it went, like COVID came and I had to do it in Iceland, and so a lot of like people back and forth, go back and forth. It's not legit. It is legit. But the thing is, I don't need any approval from people.
Sure.
I know who I am, and I know, like, it's not like I haven't won anything. It's not like I don't have any other world records. Like, it's not like I'm bad at deadlifting. Like, I don't need any approval from the people. But I might just do it just out of the heck of it, just because I want to do it. And if my body feels good, and if the opportunity rises, I might just do it just to shut up some people, just because I'm tired of people just saying he could not do it, or it's not legit. Like, that's tiring at some point. People just keep saying that it was fake plates, or my dad weighed the plates, or this or that. It gets tiring. So I might just go and break it, because it would feel so satisfying for me to shut up a lot of people.
Could we tempt you to, like, they're doing the Deadlift World Championships in Vegas this year? Would something like that interest you?
No, and I'll tell you why. Like, honestly, like, I don't want to have any beef between anyone or anything like that anymore. I'm gonna move away from that. But I'll just be honest. I want to be honest. We all know that documentary that went live. That was just Colin Bryce and Eddie Hall that made that with someone that worked at IMG. Because of that, I don't want to work with Colin, because he was influenced in that documentary. He tried to ruin my reputation. He tried to ruin my name, as well as Eddie Hall. So I don't want to work with him again, and that's okay. That's okay. He has apologized. I was going to say, has he apologized to you? He has, sent me a message and said that he's sorry, and he has apologized for making that video and everything, But the thing is, it's done. You can't change it. Yeah. You can't change it. People are still sending me messages. Why didn't you shake Eddie Hall's hand? She's such a bad sport. When in reality, I did. Yeah. But the thing is, like I said, I just want to be honest, like, why I don't want to do it. Yep. And that's just why. And that's okay. That's just me. That's fine. I was like, the only thing I was going to say, would there be anything that could, like, change that, or it's just not going to happen? Honestly, I doubt it. The thing is, when people have tried to put you down, and people have tried to ruin your reputation, ruin your name, do you want to work with them? Sure, I understand it. I do understand it. I just I don't. That's I'm not going to push you on it, Thor. Even though I have no bad feelings. I wish Eddie Hall, I wish Colin Bryce, I wish all of those people best of luck with everything they do. But at the same time, I'm not going to work with them.
That's fine. I just from a fan's point of view, I'd love to see you up against like Graham Hicks, Rauno, Makarov, these kind of like big deadlifters. Now it would be cool to see you all head to head one day. But
and who knows? Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe there will be another competition.
Sure.
One day.
Absolutely.
If there will be another competition, maybe I'll break the 501 while competing in the whole competition.
That would be cool.
And probably people need to shut the fuck up.
We'd need a good lot of deadlifters for that. That would be pretty cool to see.
We'll see. I'm not here to promise anything.
I'm super happy to see you back in Strongman. You know, when you stopped, I know we all do things for our own reasons, and you know, if you get an opportunity, I'll always tell someone take it. But I'm a diehard Strongman fan, as you know. I love the sport, and I'm excited to see you competing again. I know a lot of fans are excited to see you competing again. And I know some of the athletes probably, you know, they're excited to see you, but they're probably a little bit worried as well because, you know, it makes things tougher. Yourself and Martin's list is returning this year. Makes Strongman very, very interesting in my book. I think we could have, you know, a lot of competitions where Mitch wins a competition, Tom wins, Martins wins, you win. You know, there could be different winners. Evan, there's so many great athletes right now. I think it'll be an exciting year for Strongman. Does it excite you to be back?
100%. Like I said, like I'm super excited to be back, super excited to compete against all the new people and just to be back in Strongman. And like I said before, you know, I'm gonna do one competition at a time. I'll do the Arnold's, I'll do Arnold's UK, Rogue Invitationals, and who knows, I might do something else. I know Shaw asked me if I wanted to do Shaw Classic. And I might. I just have to figure out. I know last year he had that pressing thing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a good event for my pack currently. So I just have to figure out. I need to, you know, see if how my body is after two competitions, and I don't want to promise more than I can handle. Sure. And so far I promised 3 competitions. Now I wanna deliver that, and just maybe me and Bjornsson can have another conversation, and we can see if I should and if my body allows me to compete more.
Awesome. So fans can see you at the Arnold's 1st to the 3rd of March. For UK fans, we can see Thor the 15th to the 17th of March at the UK Arnold's, and then we're looking at Rogue Invitational later in the year. Those 3 are dead set, potentially a couple of others as well. It's good to see you back in the sport. Thank you very, very much for coming to chat to me, buddy. I know you're going to go. What's training today? Today is
pressing. I usually do lax, but I've been changing. Usually do lax on Mondays and as a frame, but I've been changing things up just because of my body. I'm in no issues with my body currently. Just to be honest, do you know what Baker's cyst is?
No.
It's like a fluid that comes from the knee to it comes behind the knee and just causes a lot of pain, discomfort, stiffness. It's gone away now for the most part. So we all deal with something, you know, and it's funny, for the most part of my career, Strongman career, in the past, I always had something. I just never spoke about it. I always had something.
I don't know if you've seen, I talk about things like this because you'll see some people make a deal of an injury that they've had. I cannot ever remember feeling 100% training for a major competition. And I know when you're friends with all these guys, we all know we're suffering with something.
When I won World Series Man, I broke my toe a few weeks earlier.
Yeah.
I competed with a broken toe. I remember I was in so much pain, but I just thought to myself, it's just a fucking toe. It's just a toe.
You got another toe. You got 9 more toes.
It's just a fucking toe. I won a Eurostrokes Man just a few days earlier. I got Bell's palsy. My face was paralyzed. I could barely breathe through my face.
Yeah.
I still competed, and I never really spoke about those things. So back in 2017, I tore my quad a few weeks before. I went to Boston's, got PRP, tried to fix it, and I never spoke about it. I had like these things happening to me before competitions that I just I knew of, but I didn't address it to the fans or to the people, because I felt like in my mind back then, and I had this mentality that I don't really have anymore. I had this mentality: you gotta do whatever it takes to win, no matter what. Like, you gotta be willing to die for the sport. I was of that mentality, which is super selfish, and I was very selfish at times, but that has changed over the years as I've grown and been able to mature a bit.
I think we all go through that, because I was like, I've gone full circle from when it was, you're willing to do whatever it takes and you want to be the best, and then other things become more important, but you still have the hunger, and I can see it in your eyes. You still want to
for sure. I still have the hunger. I have a bit more wisdom, maybe, so I can do it a bit healthier way, but still push hard.
Yeah. And you
So
kind of thing with strongman, I think people forget with strongman, obviously you've got to be very, very strong, but being smart helps. Understanding when to push, when to hold back, how to, adjust to different equipment. It's more than just being strong. Yeah. Otherwise, it would just be like one event we can test who's the strongest. But with strongman, like this stone that you've got to lift at the Arnolds, yes, you need to be strong, but you need to figure that stuff out as well. There's technique to it. There's,
stone is awkward. Like, I hope all the people that are competing are gonna watch this, and they will, like, I hope that they all try the stone out before we compete, if we can. If I can, I'm going to, because I want to be able to have that stone figured out before. Because it's been a few years since I did it last time. Obviously, it's been a few years. So So if sometimes they allow us, sometimes they don't allow us. We'll see what happens this year. But you want to be able to, like, at least touch it. Feel the stone. Touch the stone and figure out, okay, where's the best hand positioning, and maybe even I would recommend guys to watch Mateusz Kulkowski.
He's pretty good at it.
He's obviously like the best in the world at that event. So try to mimic his technique and see how where his hand placements are, because I had some issue with the stone as well. I had some issue with the stone.
He makes it look easy. Everyone else struggles.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how easily he makes that stone. I just don't understand how he does it, because I was about to lose my mind one year where I just could not lap the damn thing, because I know I'm strong, but I could not lap the damn stone. I was just like, why is it not going up? It kept going forward or backwards, because I couldn't find the right hand placement. Then I heard my friend Stefan yelling, "Move your left hand! Do it right!" I was like, oh, okay.
It's good having people like him around.
Yeah, it's good.
Keep you honest.
He's coming this year.
Oh, cool. I look forward to seeing him. He's a good guy.
He is. I always have, like, people call them the yes men people.
Hey,
I find that funny. Let me explain why. Because why wouldn't you want to have your best mates there? Why wouldn't you want to have your mom and dad, your grandfather, your grandma? Why wouldn't you have the people that you love the most cheering for you? They can call them whatever, but why is it in a negative way? I don't understand that. If I hope all my competitors have their best mates, their mom, their dads, and everyone that they love around them, because why wouldn't you? It's the best thing ever.
It always makes me laugh when people say your family or friends are intimidating, because they're some of the most lovely people I've met, and I'm sure you've seen. It's not the first time I've said it, but when I beat you at Europe's, you were the first person to congratulate me. Your family came and congratulated me. I know when Martins beat you at World's Strongest Man, it was the same. And I think the people that know.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, Laurence. I really appreciate that. Really means a lot coming from you. And I really hope that negativity around, like they call it my yes man people, but it's my family. it's the people that I love that are just coming to show me support.
I know Stefan, and he's not going to just be a yes man to you. He's going to tell you what the fuck you need to do.
He's gonna be there fucking yelling at me, telling me what to do, slap me in the face. What the fuck are you doing? Get your shit together. Like,
that's what we all need. That's what we all need. Well, I look forward to seeing him, and I look forward to seeing you in about 6 weeks.
Yep, exactly. Wow, 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's getting closer. Good luck with the rest of your training, Thor, and thanks for talking to us. We'll speak to you soon, buddy.
Thank you so much, Laurence Shahlaei. Much love to you and your wife.
Thank you.
Take care.